Hello guys and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Mario and in this channel we will be focused on mostly about makeup. I have seen your messages for Instagram and YouTube and your likes, subscribes and everything, and that makes me really happy. Also, I have seen that some of you were really interested in the last video that I created, the comic pop art kind of thing. Thank you very much for sharing that with me and thank you for your messages. St. Patrick's Day is coming, which is next week. That's why today's video is going to be thematic on St. Patrick's. We are going to create this look that I found on Instagram. I think that is kind of manly but it's makeup-y, so I thought definitely that has to be on my channel. From that filter I'm going to transfer that into the St. Patrick's Day theme, combination of both of them to see what happens. Obviously you can stop in whichever moment you want, in whichever moment you like the most of makeup, if you want to go from something really simple or something really dramatic. That is going to be at the end of this video. So I hope that you like it and let's get started. At the very beginning, what you have to do is to clean your face, to apply serum, moisturizer and sun protector. That's already done on my face, so what I'm going to do is start with primer. Today I'm going to use this primer that is by MAC Cosmetics and is going to keep my face matte. Step number 2, the foundation. Today I'm going to use this Urban Decay foundation. The shade is 4.5 and this is all nighter apparently. Let's see what happens. Step number 3, concealer. As usual, I'm going to use my Jeffree Star concealer in the shade C11. For the next step, we usually get to the setting powder, but in this case, to recreate the look that we are trying to achieve, we are going to use different powders to have a better shade of the look that we are trying to recreate. For that, I am going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer in the shade Saddle. To give a little bit more emphasis to these parts over here, I'm going to use the shade Mila from the NikkieTutorials Palette, which is this shade over here. I am going to blend this in a minute, just 1 minute! From a set of brushes that I got in Boots called EcoTools, this one over here, I'm going to use the shade Redemption from the NikkieTutorials Palette. With that shade, I'm going to define the beard over here. Now finally, with our translucent powder, we are going to set the rest of the face. And now let's blend all together. Keep going with the beard. We are going to use this little brush over here that has just this little friend over here and it's the Morphe M2500, and we are going to use from the NikkieTutorials palette, we are going to use this shade over here called 5 AM. We are going just to put the shadow in the brush and we're going just to draw little dots. They don't have to be precise, so in that way when you put the dot, it's not just a regular dot, it could be like a dot and a drag like the regular beard. This is the moment that you have to be really patient because you are going to draw dots all over your face and it's going to take a while. So just be patient and you're going to see the results at the end of the video. Also, don't be scared that some dots are darker than others. That actually is going to bring more naturality to your face. To give a final touch, we're going to use an eyebrow brush. We're going to place the brush in the shadow like this, and we are going just to apply on the face just little taps, pook, 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 so we can have a more realistic beard. There you go, now we have our Irish beard, yay! Oh my god, I'm tired. For the next step, we are going to work with our eyebrows. I'm going to use a trick that I have seen in videos many times, and we are going to have these scars. I think that they look really dramatic and stuff, but we don't want to cut it. We don't want to use a razor and just to get rid of that part of our eyebrow. I mean, if you want to do it, of course you're free to do it. But I mean, in my case, I don't want to do that. I just want this look for this particular day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide this part of the eyebrow, you know, just to give this effect of more like a Batman kind of thing. So between Mexican bad people with Irish bad guys, we are going to use this thing, a Pritt stick. Yay! This is going to look crazy, but follow me and you're going to see how awesome it's going to look. We're going to use the eyebrow brush, and we're going to use the brush. Particularly, I'm going to brush my eyebrow all the way up. Then, with the Pritt stick, I'm going to put it here. I know that that looks crazy, but trust me, this one. Once that the eyebrow is completely stick, we are going to remove the excess of the adhesive that we have around the eyebrow with a wet wipe. Just be careful because you don't want to wipe out what you already work on, just the parts that are outside, so your makeup looks neat and perfect. Don't forget underneath. We are going to use setting powder, and we are going just to apply lots of it in that part over there. And then we are going to apply a little bit, well, not a little bit of foundation in that part of the eyebrow. Blend it out and use setting powder. And that is how the eyebrow is gone. To create this dramatic look in the eyes, we're going to use an eyebrow brush. I'm going to use this one over here. This is a Morphe M158 and the Orgy palette of Jeffree Star. I'm going to use something a little bit darker than my eyebrow, than my actual eyebrow. So maybe I will use the happy ending shade, which is this one over here. And I'm going to draw my eyebrow. Can you see how this eyebrow is thicker than this one naturally? And I'm having these like more grotesque features on my face. That's what we're trying to achieve. Now let's do the other eyebrow. Following the Narcos fashion, we are going to draw over here a little clover. For that, I'm going to use the marker, which I hate, and you know. From the James Charles palette, we're going to use this green over here in the corner and this Morphe brush with the number M124 to put the green in our little clover. To give a little bit of dimension to the clover, we're going to use again this little brush that we use for our beard, and we're going to use again the 5 AM shade of the NikkieTutorials Palette, and we're going just to draw a little bit of shade in the clover like if it was real. And for the light, we're going to use the liquid liner by NYX color white. What do you think? Do you like it? For the other side of the eye, I'm going to draw a little hat, you know, like the Irish hat that everybody uses in the parades and stuff. And I'm going to draw it over here. I mean, just to keep going with the tattoo fantasy. We are almost 100% Irish. Okay, this is the look that, let's say, a regular guy would use. If you know what I mean. But now I'm going to go a little bit more dramatic. From the James Charles palette, I'm going to use this orange over here that is called 518, and I'm going to start to do my eyeliner in my eyes naturally. I'm going to go all black in both of them, but in this side I'm going to use the orange, and in this other side I'm going to use green. With this brush, the Morphe M506, which is like this, I'm going to use the Glory Hole shade from the Orgy palette of Jeffree Star, and I'm going to start to do the rest of the eye. Before start this part over here of the eye, I'm going to prime with the Stila primer for the eyeshadows. And remember, go eye by eye. First one eye, and then when you finish with the primer and the eyeshadow, then you go to the other eye with primer and eyeshadow as well. To apply the eyeshadow in my eye, I'm going to use this brush. This is a Morphe E62, and it's a little bit angular, but I feel more comfortable with this one. But you know, like, you can use whatever you want. Now the next eye. For some people it's easier to fill up all the eye using the fingers, and after that don't forget to blend. For the next step, I'm going to use this shade over here from the James Charles palette called Cape Coat, and this brush that is the Morphe M456 to blend this part of the eye. For the other eye, I'm going to use this shade called Rusted from the James Charles palette with this brush that we used at the beginning, the black one, that it's a little bit angular, that is the Morphe E62. If you think that I forgot about the drama, you're wrong. Now it's time to have this literally bloody scar. For that, we are going to use James Charles palette again, and we are going to use this color over here that is called You're Kidding, and we are going to draw this line over here. I mean, you can give the structure that you want. You can draw it, you know, as dramatic as you want. If you want a line, if you want like a stormy thing, or you know, like whatever you want. And to give a little bit of depth, we're going to use this shade over here called Benny, and we are going to give a little bit of rusty effect so it looks more natural. I'm going to do my nose off camera and I'll be right back. To give a little bit of life to my face, I'm going to apply some blush. I'm going to use this angular brush and this MAC Cosmetics blush. The shade is Burnt Pepper. Happy St. Patrick's Day! Sluncha! Slunchy scratcholis! Yay! So what's a crack? Yay! Well guys, this is it for today's video. I hope that you like this look. As you could see over the video, I went little by little changing my clothes, my earrings, and obviously makeup to give you the St. Patrick's Day vibe. As well, on my face, as you could see, I went little by little. I started with a beard because I don't have a beard and I had to create it. But in your case, if you have a beard, then you are in the other side already. I went with this dark moment in my eyes as well because that's what I saw on Instagram in the filter, and I tried to recreate that. But if you want to go for something more simple, obviously you can stop just right there. Please don't forget to subscribe, to like this video, and to share it with your friends. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye guys. Sluncha! Yay! Free Britney.